Hey, what's up guys? This is King Vox, and today we're going to be talking about the look for group system. And a lot of people ask me, how do they get into metas? How do they find these metas and all this stuff all the time? And I say, looking for group. They're like, what's that? It's in a very weird place because when you hit Y, your friends list pops up, but under your friends list, there's a little thing in a magnifying glass, right? So it's in a weird spot. I wish it had its own separate tab, to be honest, but it's okay. So we're gonna start by the bottom to top. Festivities, whatever, festivals, these are pretty much like holiday type things. I actually never even seen these before. Fun size squads, raffle, that's funny. Role-playing groups, obviously that's for role players to find people to, you know, assist in their stories that they're going to be doing. I'm probably gonna get beat up here soon from standing here. Dungeons, this is where you can go to either advertise. You can hit advertise in any one of these tabs to advertise your group, and you can specifically type in anything you want to have a more proper description of what your party's for. Typically I look in here a lot. I actually been doing dungeons a lot more than fractals lately. I'm actually falling in love with dungeons. I think they're really dope, but I do go in here and I look for stuff, and P in dungeons always means path. So these people are doing like path 3, which is absolutely great. You know, they can do whatever they want to do. I love Twilight Arbor. I always do this dungeon just about every single day, literally. And I will join if one of you guys make like a group for a dungeon and I see it like this guy, I would just hit join, just because sometimes I'm looking for stuff to do, and it's a nice way to fill in your time, right? Fractals is always popular. You have your scale 1 to 25. You can advertise your group in here if you're looking for something. Maybe you're making a legendary fractal back piece. You can advertise your own group, specifically asking for help and what you need, and typically people will help you because that's what type of game this is. Raids are really cool. You have looking for more, which are groups that are looking for more players, and then you have actual players looking for raids. The cool thing about this is, don't be discouraged, guys. There's tons of people and tons of organizations and groups out there that specifically make these practice groups to teach newer players how to raid, and they're very patient. They don't care if you mess up 20-30 times or whatever, as long as you're trying your hardest to actually learn and actually do something, you know what I mean? So don't just go in there just like AFKing and stuff like that. Go in there willing to learn, and you'll be surprised. You know, maybe within a week you'll be doing all the raids or whatever with no problem, right? World versus world, typically this tab is not going to really be used. I don't really know why there's a world versus world tab and looking for group. Typically you go into world versus world and everyone's in their own world anyway, and you find a guild that's specific to the realm or the server that you're on. PvP, this will get used because you can actually advertise a group to look for members or whatever to do a tournament with you, or if you want to do a ranked duo type thing. I like doing ranked duos, so I always advertise for group. Now you can only do either a duo or a full party. You can't do like 3 people in ranked. So it's really cool in that aspect if you're looking to, like, you know, team up and just have more synergy with your team, a little bit higher chance of winning. Mentoring. This is a tab that I feel that everyone should actually get into. If you have a mentor tag and you know how to be helpful, you know, you can literally advertise right here your group and be like, hey, my name's King Vox and I'm free to such and such to such and such, and I'm willing to help any new player. Just give me a message. I love seeing stuff like this. I wish more people would actually do this, but I don't think a lot of people know about this tab. It's something that I actually do every once in a while. I'll come in here and I'll advertise a group, saying that, hey, I'm free to help you with whatever you need help with right now. If someone's stuck somewhere in some type of mission anywhere, and I typically get on my necro and I go help them. Story journal is another thing that's kind of like underused. There's really not an easy way to use this because most people are in different parts of personal stories, so they don't want to, you know, do something and have to do it over again later. It gets repetitive, you get what I mean? So if you're not on the same, you know, story part as someone else or whatever, the chances of them helping you on this, well, I'll help you, but I won't sit there and go through the whole story with you, you know, unless we're friends and we're doing co-op and we start at the same time. You know, that's a different situation. Achievement groups used to be very popular back in the day. I don't see too many of them going around anymore. but essentially people used to make these groups all the time where they would just literally run around and get achievements all day. And you'll see those people, they would have like 30-40,000 achievement points, just absolutely madness. So then you have open world. Now open world is where you find all your trains, all your events, and all your like hero point stuff, and now the new bounties. And I've been in a bounty train last night for the first time, and it was probably one of the most fun things I've ever done. Don't worry, a lot of players are really helpful. What they'll do is they'll make a group and they'll advertise. They're very professional. It's really nice to see. And what will happen is they'll actually tell you, hey, you don't need a mount, don't worry, just bring yourself or whatever, and we'll take care of everything. They'll wait for you. They're very patient. They'll teleport you up to places that you typically can't get to without a mount, with mesmers, and they'll just make sure, they'll let you know that, hey, for this train you'll be getting about 200 hero points and about 8 mastery points, and it's just very pleasant to see that type of stuff. So the way open world works is you have Tyria, which is parties. This is usually people looking for help with stuff when it says parties. And then Central Tyria squads are typically Silver Waste stuff. And I know some of you guys go in here and you look for Silver Waste. It's under Central Tyria squads, which is really great. Then you have world bosses. Obviously, this is something really great, especially if you don't have the world boss portal device to port you to all the events and stuff like that. Like, I'll actually show you right now. See, I can just teleport right now to the Claw of Jormag. If you don't have that, I recommend joining one of these groups. They'll send you waypoints to every new boss or whatever that's coming up. You'll have about 10 minutes to get to the boss. It's fairly easy. Especially if you have map completion, you'll be able to get to everything, and all that stuff is in Central Tyria as well, so you don't have to worry about having the expansions and stuff like that for that. So next stuff we're getting on to is some of the meta stuff, and that most of this stuff you do need expansions for. Typically Heart of Thorns is popping right now. I think Path of Fire only has like 2 metas or something like that. I think the Domain of Vabi and Istin, and also to do bounties, I think you need Path of Fire. So you have Verdant Brink here. Not all of these places have metas, but a lot of them have hero points and stuff like that. So what you'll see is trains actually running hero points on these things. Dragon Stand is a really great meta. Dragon Stand is probably one of my favorite metas throughout the whole game. Probably, yeah, all-time favorite Dragon Stand. I absolutely love it. I love the ley line armor and stuff that you get from doing this whole map. I think it's really cool. Bloodstone Fen is a living world map. These things typically don't have really good metas on them. They have like okay metas, but most of the ones that are going to have groups are going to be like the top gold making metas in the game, or the best way to get like hero points are bounties. So typically, obviously, you just find the name of the map or whatever that you're trying to do your stuff in and look for a party. And like I said, I'm in Silver Weights right now. Maybe I'll join this Silver Weights party right here. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that join button if you want to support my channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. And how do you guys like my new armor? This is the Savari cultural armor. I absolutely love it. I think it's awesome. I need to try out some new colors and stuff like that on it though, and maybe get some new hair. Peace out, guys. This has been King Vox. I hope I've been helpful.